Welcome to BioLearn, where you will learn biology at your own pace. Last time, or in one of our video series, we discussed the monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. In fact, we also answered sample problem sets about monohybrid cross. This time, let's talk about dihybrid cross. And just to give you a quick recall, when we say dihybrid cross, we are crossing two different traits at a time. For example, stem length and flower color. Let's say a tall and a purple flowered plant. And then you will cross it with a short white flowered plant, or maybe a tall white flowered plant and a short purple uh, flowered plant. No, so that's how the hybrid cross actually works. Now, let's try to talk about the experiment made by Mendel. Okay, so as you can see here, he tried to cross a tea plant with yellow and the round seed. That's homozygous dominant Y and homozygous dominant R, and a green wrinkled seeds, no? Or a pea plant with green wrinkled seeds, no? That's why it's recessive Y and homozygous recessive R. So let's try to do how this will be crossed. So these are the gametes. So these are the parental gametes. How was that done, no? So you just have to perform the FOIL method. There you have the YR first. One second. Then outer, capital Y, capital R. This is, that's it. Then inner, it's capital Y, capital R. And then last, capital Y, capital R. Then you'll do the same thing with this, and then you will get this gametes. Now, once you already have the gametes, all you need to do is, okay, one second. Now do the cross. But as you can see, this is a little bit more complicated than the monohybrid cross that we performed earlier in this video series. As you can see, this is now 4 by 4. Okay, but this is not, or this is just easier to do. Okay, now when you try to combine them, you combine first the same alleles. For example, you have here a capital Y and a small y, and a capital R and a small r. So this is how it will appear. You have the capital Y, you have the small y, capital R, and small r. Okay? Then what does that mean? Capital Y, small y is heterozygous Y. It means that's yellow. Capital R and small r, that's heterozygous, so that's going to be round. And that's yellow, round seeds. And if you're going to cross everything there, you'll get the same result. Okay, because you have the same gametes here, you have the same gametes here. Therefore, we can say that, yeah, that's the F1 generation. What's the genotypic ratio? That's 16:0 or 1:0. What is that? That's heterozygous Y, heterozygous R. And then what's the phenotypic ratio? The phenotypic ratio is also 16:0 or 1:0 because all offsprings, as you can see in this cross, are yellow and round. Okay? Now, for the second generation, right? Let me just remove this. Now, for the second generation, we will try to cross the offspring that we have from the first generation. So we'll get 2 from here, okay? Yeah, we'll get 2. Let's say we are getting, say, this 2 here, there. Okay, now let's try to do the cross there. Okay, so again, in order for you to find the gametes of each parent, just perform the FOIL method here. So you have your capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, inner, small y, capital R, and ano pa? First, here, the outer, capital Y and small r. And then you will get the following gametes, no? Capital Y, capital R, second lang. Here, capital Y, capital R. This is from this one, okay? Then capital Y, small r, that's the outer. Then your inner is small y, capital R, and then your last is small y, small r. And then you will get the same gametes for the second parent because it's just the same genome, okay? Now, you may pause this video and try to do the cross on your phone. Okay, then again, we're going to combine Y to Y and then R to R. So you have there, okay? So this is how it's going to appear. Now, I want you to identify, again, this is the F2 generation. I want you to identify the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratio. You may pause this video and try to do it on your own. All right. Now, let's see what's the genotypic ratio. So here are the genotypes that you can see from this cross, no? So how many homozygous dominant Y, homozygous dominant R can you see from that cross? Okay, from the result of this cross. So you have 1. So that's 1 out of 16 because you have a total of 16 offsprings here. Where is that homozygous dominant Y and R? This is it. Next. Homozygous dominant Y, heterozygous R. You have 1, 2. Okay? So that's 2 over 16 or 1 over 8. Next, homozygous dominant Y, homozygous recessive R. 1 second, where is my cursor? Okay, so again, that's 1. Okay, next, how many heterozygous Y and homozygous dominant R do you have? So you have here 1, 2. So we have 2 or 2 over 16. Next, heterozygous Y, heterozygous R. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 or 4 over 16 or 1/4. Next, heterozygous Y, homozygous recessive R. How many? We have 1, 2. So that's 2 over 16 or 1 over 8. Next, homozygous recessive Y. How many? And homozygous dominant R, we have 1. Okay? So that's 1 over 16. Next, homozygous recessive Y and heterozygous R, we have 1, 2. Next, homozygous recessive Y and homozygous recessive R, that's 1. 1 over 16. All right? So that's 1 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 4 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 1. That is the genotypic ratio. Next, let's talk about the different phenotypes that we have. How many yellow round do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have 9 or 9 over 16. How about yellow wrinkle? How many? 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 or 3 over 16. Green round, 1, 2, 3. It's 3 over 16. And then green wrinkle, we have 1 or 1 over 16. Therefore, our phenotypic ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. Okay? For the hybrid process, we follow this law. That's the law of independent assortment. Okay, so what does this law states? When we say law of independent assortment, kasi di ba we have two alleles that we're trying to, two traits per organism that we're trying to cross. So for law of independent assortment, it states that the alleles of different genes segregate independently of other pairs, no? So wala silang paki sa isa't isa. Halimbawa ito. Actually, this happens in meiosis, no? Let's say you have here allele A and B, no? So the other one, let's say the red one came from your mother and the blue one came from your father, no? So what are the possible combinations of genes that you may get? Let's say here. So look at the alignment here. That may look like this or it may look like that. No, it's independent. It does not follow a specific pattern. Okay, it doesn't mean that um you have a dominant allele. That the dominant allele, the other dominant allele that you have is dominant. It does not mean that the other allele that you'll get is also dominant. It may be recessive, it may be dominant, and it does not follow a specific pattern. Okay, so that's the law of independent assortment. Okay. Now, let's try to solve some sample problem sets for the hybrid cross. Let's start. A male rabbit with a genotype heterozygous G, heterozygous B is crossed with a female rabbit with a genotype heterozygous G, heterozygous B. What is the genotypic and phenotypic ratio of the offspring? Gray hair is dominant to white hair. Black eyes are dominant to red eyes. Now, let's write the dominant alleles. So, ang dominant alleles natin is the gray hair are the gray hair and black eyes, while the recessive alleles are the white hair and red eyes. Now, what's the genotype of parent one? It says there heterozygous G and heterozygous B. Now, what are the gametes of parent one? Again, you perform the FOIL method. Again, you perform the FOIL method. So these are the gametes. Next, this is the genotype of parent 2. And this is also the gametes of parent 2. Now you do the actual cross. So these are the gametes of parent 1. These are the gametes of parent 2. Now you'll just have to do the combination. So this is what you'll get. Okay. So we're just going to combine G to G, B to B, and then get the phenotype. So this homozygous dominant G, that's gray hair. Homozygous dominant P, that's black eyes. This one, this is homozygous recessive G, this is white hair. And the heterozygous B, that's blue eyes. Okay? Now, you try to get the genotypic ratio. Okay? So how many homozygous dominant G and B do we have? We have 1. This one. Okay? I actually classified this already in colors. So that's 1/16. Next, homozygous dominant G and heterozygous B, the purple one. So we have how many? 2 or 2/16 or 1/8. Next, homozygous dominant G and homozygous recessive B, that's 1. It's this one. Okay? 1/16. Heterozygous G, homozygous dominant B, you have here 2. Okay? It's 2/16. And then you just have to follow the same thing all over again. Okay? So that's a genotypic ratio. That's 1:2:1. Is it 2:4? Is it 2:1? Is it 2:1? Okay, so that's a genotypic ratio. Now let's talk about the phenotypic ratio. I also change the different colors per phenotype. Okay, so how many gray hair, black eyes do we have? That's 9. So that's 9/16. Gray hair and blue eyes, how many? 3. 3/16. White hair, blue eyes, how many? We also have 3. And white hair, it is supposed to be red eyes, no? No, white hair, blue eyes, I'm sorry. That's 1/16. 16. Okay, so the phenotypic ratio is 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. All right, so at this time for number 2, I want you to pause this video and try to do it on your own. Let's see if you can do it, no? Now, in man, assume that spotted skin is dominant over non-spotted skin. Okay, and that woolly hair is dominant over non-woolly hair. Now, by reading that, you can already fill this out. Okay, so ang dominant alleles are the spotted skin and woolly hair. Recessive alleles are the non-spotted skin and non-woolly hair. So it's a genotype of parent 1. Let's say, cross a marriage between a heterozygous spotted non-woolly man. Heterozygous spotted non-woolly. Yeah, heterozygous spotted non-woolly. So what's the gametes? You do the FOIL method. So these are the gametes. Okay. Genotype of parent 2. The parent 2 is a heterozygous woolly haired non-spotted woman. So non-spotted woman, heterozygous woolly hair. Then you get the gametes. Then just do the table again. All right. So here. So this is what you'll get. Now, so you have 4 combinations of genotypes in this cross. So how many heterozygous S and heterozygous W do we have? We have 4. So that's 4 over 16 or 1/4. Next, heterozygous S, homozygous recessive W, that's 4 also. Where is that? It's this one. Okay, so that's 1/4 also. 4 over 16 or 1/4. Next, homozygous recessive S, heterozygous W, that's 4 or 4 over 16 or 1/4. And then this one, homozygous recessive S and W, that's also 4 or 4 over 16 or 1/4. Therefore, the genotypic ratio is 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. Okay. Next, spotted skin, woolly hair, how many? We also have 4. Spotted skin, non-woolly, we also have 4. Non-spotted skin, woolly, 4 also, and non-spotted skin non-woolly, that's also 4. Therefore, our phenotypic ratio is 4 is to 4 is to 4 is to 4, or 1 is to 1 is to 1 is to 1. All right, now it's your turn. I want you to go back to our website, and from there, you will see that I've posted a different practice exercises which you can use to master your knowledge of monohybrid and hybrid. Good luck.